Hello everybody. Here I am back in snowy Rochester, New York, with another Monday musing. And I thought this week, since I have had such a shock between warm sunshine and grey snowy skies, that I'd choose a picture that might relate to me. So I went with the artwork from Joan Chittister's calendar, this time with this sort of wintry picture. And then that meant I had to deal with the quote. In us is the presence of God on earth. In us, God is. Wow. You might want to just think about that for a while and turn me off completely, because that has some powerful meaning. Two things strike me. First of all, of course, is in us, and the other is God is. And in order for God to be present within me and me know it, I need to be present to God. That means I have to be fully present. Therefore, I have to be paying attention to how I am, what I do, how I think, how I speak. And in order to be God's presence on earth, I somehow need to be believing that God is present in me. Now, we glibly talk about being the body of Christ in this thing we call the church. We talk about it as if we knew what it meant. We are the body of Christ, we say. And we quote St. Teresa's thing about Christ has no hands on earth but yours, no feet but yours. And so if we are the body of Christ, we are the presence of God. Like I said before, wow. Me? What? Anybody who knows me, I don't know. Question. If I am the presence of God, very physically, because I'm a pretty physical being, I am a human being, flesh, blood, warts and all. And what kind of God presence shows through my presence in this world? What do people see and feel and touch in and experience in us and through us? We've talked many times before about what our image of God is. Well, let's think about what image we're projecting. This week begins the season in the liturgical church called Lent. And in that season, we find meaning particularly in the life and then death of Jesus. The very physical being, human being, flesh, blood, warts and all, a very earthly physical life that ended in Good Friday for him and found new form for him and through Easter. But then it goes on to Pentecost, when it finds a new form in us. The presence of God in us. And you don't have to be Christian to believe this. The divine, the energy of the cosmos, because we're all stardust anyway, is within you. Wow. I keep saying that. Wow. It's kind of amazing, eh? And so this Lent season starts on Wednesday with a very physical thing called ashes. And I hope you'll join us at Covenant, 7 o'clock on Ash Wednesday, online or in person, I think. But I'm thinking maybe we want to experience Lent this year, not just giving up some physical thing, whatever it may be, but taking on a physical sense, a practical, physical practice of being the presence of God for the world. What? Huh? You're kidding, Margaret, right? Yeah. Me? Us? What would that look like? I don't know. But I'm willing to try and find out this Lent to see what it would be like. Now that we have spent 6 weeks or so trying to see the presence of God through nature, how about we try to feel the presence of God in ourselves and share the presence of God beyond ourselves? If you have ideas or questions for me to explore in Mondays in Lent, I'd love to hear from you. So let us know in the chat section or the comment section on Facebook, or email me at revmscott1t@gmail.com. And maybe we can tackle this communal thing called the presence of God this Lent together. I'll see you next week and we'll see what's developed. Good night.